As year 3 of the league is approaching, and the excitement is significantly rising among all league members, I have elected to give all of you a few words to say. I hope you enjoy. We're here with the one and only Pat Gustafson, aka the Guru, coming off a 2-9 year. How are you feeling?
Not too good about that 2-9 year, that's for sure. I mean, pretty humiliating. Call myself the Guru. Not sure why, quite frankly.
I mean, you're the only team to not make the playoffs the first 2 years out of the original 10. How do you feel about that?
Don't rub it in. Please don't rub it in.
Okay, and what are your expectations for this year?
I mean, I just hope to be a little more competitive, 500 better, hope to contend for the playoffs, just not be in the basement.
Understandable. And how do you feel about your division?
They are stacked, and I am in the good one.
You think you have any chance?
I think I have a very good chance in this division.
Do you have you been planning any draft strategy as of late?
Oh no, that's actually I'm working on inside right now, so I mean, we'll see where it goes.
I like it. Any more thoughts or comments?
No, nothing really. Just good luck, everyone else. Hopefully, another fun season.
And we're here with the one and only Mitch Zito. You went 5-5-1 last year. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm consistently competitive in this league, considering I'm probably the one that takes it the least seriously out of everybody. But I feel like I'm competitive on a yearly basis, always in it.
There's a lot of complaints that you don't make too many acquisitions. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, not really. I just kind of keep to myself with this league. I kind of watch everybody else kind of screw up their teams and pretty much trade everybody else away, and I just try to keep the most consistent team that I can. And at the end of the year, I'm usually in things. Not usually good enough to win it, but I mean, I'm seeing all these things on Facebook. Dan Fabiano guaranteeing another win of this league, and it's just very entertaining. It's very entertaining. It is.
Year 1, you made a run at that championship, and this year you were still up there. I mean, you must have high expectations. Have you had planned your draft strategy yet?
No, I really haven't thought too much into it. A little bit here and there and stuff like that. But I'm just getting excited for the draft. Eat some food. I think sure you'll have some good stuff at your house and everything. So just kind of getting excited for that part of it. I wish we had it at Hooters, but that obviously didn't work out for this year at least. But
don't worry, I got some Hooters girls.
Oh, you got some Hooters girls set up coming to the house?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start thinking about it pretty soon, getting a little draft strategy together, but I don't know if I'll converse with anybody about that or not.
I like it. Any last thoughts or comments?
I'm just excited for this next year of the league and keep growing this league, keep it competitive, and keep it pretty, keep it going. A lot of good friends here. Let's not make it too serious, too dramatic this year.
Thank you very much, Mitch. I appreciate your time. Hi, we're here with Sal Kool Kat, who last year finished with a 4-6-1 record. How does that make you feel?
Feels great. I'm the dark horse. Yeah, baby!
You're making some predictions that you're winning the championship before the season started? Where's that coming from?
I will guarantee myself a high seeding in the playoffs this year. And if I'm not, that's perfectly fine.
How do you think the recent release of the divisions, how are you feeling about those?
Haven't looked at them once, and I'm okay with it.
And the schedule?
Same as the previous answer.
Interesting. Have you been researching with any sleepers, busts?
Yes, I have. Since February. I really like Joe Webb this year. He's going to have a bounce-back season, and he's going to really perform as the Vikings' number 3 quarterback. Look out for Macleod Bethel Thompson. He's the new number 2 quarterback on the Vikings. He might get some PT. So those are some 2 very deep sleepers that I would look out for.
Everyone in the draft in our league seems to have different personalities. What would you describe your personalities that you bring to the table for the league?
I'm very laid back. I don't like to think that I know very much about fantasy football. I kind of like to keep that to myself. So, I just kind of roll with the punches. Whatever happens, happens.
I mean, a lot of people seem to hate you, kind of like Mike Gorski and Brandon Carney, and they dislike the way you manage your fantasy football team. What would you like to say towards them?
I thought Doug Martin for Brian Hartline was a great deal, but Brian Hartline he has a perfectly clean-shaven head. You can see a reflection off of it. I thought he was a good player. I wanted on my team, but for reasons like that, I guess I'm disliked around the league. But it's okay. They were jealous. They wanted Brian Hartline, I feel.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts, comments, questions you'd like to ask?
Oh, I will not be denied a return to the championship I should have won in year 1 of the league. Just remember that.
All right, I'm Sal Kool Kat here with the league. I am the head spokesperson now. I just named myself that. And we're here with fellow league member Brett Daigle. Now, Daigle, how does it feel to be booted in the first round of the playoffs last year to Kyle Suma, who barely checks his team?
It was tough, you know. I had a lot of injuries that year, and I hope my team does better this year, and maybe I can go even further.
Will you be taking a reasonably good player in the first round?
I hope so.
Unlike last year.
Yeah, I'm planning on that.
Someone that's not injury prone.
Yes.
Or Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yes.
We're off to a good start. Now, what's your opinion on the whole trade game going on here? What's your opinion on trades?
I don't trade that much. I like drafting my own team, but I will draft. I will trade, I mean. But I like other people that trade, you know. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the correct term of this is called, but I say Mitch Zito. You say
I'm not sure. I don't
Brandon
know.
Carney?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Sure. I don't care.
Now, who do you like for this year, for your first round pick?
Maybe looking at LaShawn McCoy, you know.
What pick do you have?
The 11.
Okay, that'd be a very good pick at 11. who do you like to be a sleeper this year?
I'm not sure. I need to look into it more this upcoming weeks.
Do you know who Mackley and Bethel Thompson is?
No.
Find out.
I will.
All right, we have Brett Daigle here at the league. Thank you for joining
Hi,
us.
we're here with league member Mike Gorski, the only member to
I
make the
hate you.
playoffs twice and defending champion from the first year. How do you feel about that, Mike?
Well, I think that there's something to be said for being the only team that makes the playoffs twice, but I also know it's a very difficult league. With 12 teams, a lot of players, very tough to make the playoffs.
Yes. How do you feel about Dan and Carney's talks about winning the championship already?
Well, Dan got lucky. I'm going to put that out there right now. Dan probably should not have won last year. And Carney, great owner. Great owner, bad luck, has a bitch AA team. It happens.
You have the 12th pick in the draft this year. How do you like that? Do you like the last 2 picks? Two picks right in a row? Do you like that?
No, not at all.
No.
In conclusion, do not pick the black musher because you think he's cool.
Okay, well done.
Just a question from the panel real quick. How does it feel to know that you practically own stock in Aaron Rodgers?
It feels pretty good because I think he rocks a mustache when he wants to. He does a great job on those State Farm commercials. And I think he's dating someone hot right now. Someone from
Probably.
Swimsuit Issue.
Yep, just over here. One more question.
Oh, sir.
What is your outlook on Mackley and Bethel Thompson, second string quarterback on the Minnesota Vikings?
I like him as a late season pickup on the waiver wire.
Okay,
especially
good.
if Sal's looking to win a championship this year.
This
and
is
then
true.
bench him when he scores 37.
All right, well, since you're a douche, we're not going to ask any more questions.
Anything from you, Levin?
No, sir.
Any last thoughts?
Are you excited for the league this year? What emotions are going through your head coming in the draft day?
I'm excited. I'm anxious. I peed a little bit thinking about it, but I'm ready to go.
Sir?
No, I don't want to answer any
We
more
have
questions.
one more question, sir.
Okay.
Sir?
What?
How prepared are you to wake and rake and possibly bake this upcoming fantasy football season?
Well, the first one, I hope I wake every morning. Pray to God that I wake every morning.
Do you pray to rake after you wake every morning?
Oh, I don't have to pray. I just rake. And as far as bake goes, me and Cal did some things at the Chargers game
they
that
have
we will
masks
not
on?
talk about in public
Did
from
they
here
have
on out.
masks on?
Look
Stay
at the camera.
safe,
Look at the camera,
Fred.
sir.
If you're out there, just know that we will find you for invading Cal's home that night. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Moff, the greatest member of the league. Steve, how do you feel about your playoff season last year? You made a pretty good run.
I feel pretty good about that. It was definitely tough losing to Levin in the semis, but you know he's a good kid, and I plan on beating him week 1 and getting ready for the 2013 season.
I know you scored a lot of points your first season, and obviously you scored a lot of points the second season. What do you think makes you so special that your team always scores so many points every year?
You know, I go in with a pretty good draft strategy. I draft my team and I keep them. I don't trade a lot of people, and I take pride in that. And I think it works out for me pretty well.
Moff, who do you have for rivalry weeks this year?
Rival weeks are Levin and Michael Gorski.
Oh, both of those guys are very, very attractive. I'll say that much right now. Good thing you don't have Sal. That would be an ugly matchup.
I agree. That would be a pretty difficult matchup. Maybe not for like fantasy football wise, but
Oh,
other ways.
can't look at him. Now, do you have any early thoughts for a team name this year?
Looking for Tony Romo no homo,
Oh.
but that might be difficult. We'll see if I can keep that name or maybe change it up.
Well,
Sir,
You guys heard it here first.
Sir.
Tony Romo no homo is coming back for a 3rd season.
sir, are we taking questions?
No, we are not.
Sir,
Nope.
sir.
What?
Just really quick for Mr. Fellini, please. Sir. Is it true that you and Mr. Gorski had an affair inside a Motel 6, a one-night thing? There were Cheerios all over the floor. Police were involved. Can you comment on that?
No comment.
I'd like to comment, actually. It was right after the big accident. Cal was coming back from the Chargers game on Route 6. There were 5 guys in the car. They were wearing masks and they had guns.
Were they armed? Did they have masks?
Both of those comments would be true.
Okay.
They crashed into the Motel 6. Several of them were, in fact, stoned, and me and Moff were discovered.
Okay.
It was a rough night.
Okay. Well, I'm
Any other
glad,
questions?
glad you're safe.
Well, for Steve Fellini, I'm Mike Rogalski. I'll see you
Hi,
guys
we're
this
here
season.
with Andy Levin in the Rogalski household. His parents don't know we're here, but, who really cares about that?
They just pulled into the driveway, actually.
Oh, yes? Okay.
Probably gonna go deal with
security? Alright, no.
Gonna go deal with
So,
that.
Andy Levin, you went, what was your record last year?
7-4.
7-4. What's your opinion on how last year went?
I was very pleased with my team. My draft went very well. Grabbed some great quarterbacks late. Expecting another run at the championship this year.
If you had to make a precise prediction of your exact record for this upcoming season, what would it be?
13-0.
13-0, no losses
Yeah.
across the board. And just real quick, are you aware of the phenom coming out of Alabama State Tech University named Macleod Bethel Thompson?
I am not, but I'll research that.
You really should. He will light the fantasy world en fuego. And on to the next question. Who are you most excited to face in fantasy this upcoming season?
Brandon Carney.
Brandon Carney. Because he's a douche, because he's over competitive, or why?
I think he's all talk.
Oh wait, are we talking about the writer Brandon Carney?
We're talking about the writer.
The
Brandon
sports
Carney.
writer Brandon Carney?
The sports writer Brandon Carney.
Right, that one.
Wait, from
from no,
the student section?
no,
He's my hero!
no, from No Man's Land.
Oh, No Man's Man. Oh, I don't know how to say it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
what was your question?
Yeah, from No Man's Land.
My church in the wild?
Huh? Shut up.
What church? I
We have
go
1 minute.
Okay, go.
Temple Sinai.
Who are your deep sleepers this year? Have you looked at Jared Grimmett yet?
No, but
He's coming
I
out of
looked
Texas
at,
Tech hot.
I looked at Steve Barmore. I know he committed to
Yale.
whatever you call it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yale.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's a good running quarterback. Similar to Michael Vick, except not a troublemaker.
Who are you
and
looking to
smart
fill
guy.
your fantasy center position?
Jeff Saturday.
I don't know about that.
He retired.
He's
so-
injury prone.
Yep.
He retired.
He's injury prone on the shuffleboard court.
He retired. So.
Guys, we have 1 minute.
Is that it? Is that all your questions?
Yes.
I have a question.
Thank you.
Live from Subway, we're here with Kyle Suma. How do you feel about the upcoming season?
Real fruity.
After finishing season 6-3-2 and losing today in the semifinals, how do you feel? You feel like you can make a comeback this year and do the same thing, or even better?
Dan's got nothing on me. Dan's going down. Hear that, Fabs?
You're frequently criticized for not being a part of trades. How do you feel about that to all the haters out there?
I'm a part of an Amish community that frowns upon active commitment in the trade community. So I like to take my laid back mode and put it into full use.
How do you feel about the fourth overall pick this year? Any thoughts on who you're taking?
HIV is a very serious disease. I mean, if not treated correctly, you can actually die from it. So make sure you're always checking with your doctor.
You heard it here. Live from Subway. We're
Hi, I'm here with Brandon Carney discussing year 3 of the league. Last year, you had a disappointing season, went 5-6. How do you feel about that?
It's not up to my standards at all. Went 10-3 the first year, so 5-6 is quite a bit away from that. I didn't take players I really have confidence in, so I'm going to come back in a big way this year and kill Sal.
I mean, you are a good owner, that expects to make the playoffs every year, and everyone expects you to make the playoffs. When you didn't make the playoffs and people were talking crap, how did that make you feel?
I could care less that people are talking crap. I mean, half the people in this league don't know what the hell they're talking about. Mainly Sal, who's going to draft fucking MacLeod Bethel Dickweed in the first round. So what they say doesn't bother me. It's more about me that I didn't make the playoffs.
Understandable. What are your expectations for this coming year? Having to do with maybe your draft strategy, your divisions, anything like that?
Oh, well, my division, first of all, is stacked out of its mind. I mean, you've got the 2 league champions, you've got me, who I consider myself a decent owner. I mean, Mitch is there, but Mitch is Mitch. And then you've got Moff, who gets dicked every year. So it's a pretty stacked division. I think I'm going to do well. I got a couple of draft strategies lined up based on what you do. So, yeah, it'll be a good year.
Have you done many mock drafts recently?
I've done a shitload of mock drafts. I mean, I'm not going to say I do what Sal does and find some knockoff black market mock draft website. I waited for ESPN to start theirs up. But yeah, I've done my fair share. I know what I'm looking for in our real draft. So yeah, gotten a decent amount of practice.
How do you feel about your rivalry matchups, week 12 and 13?
Oh, my rivalry matchups are great. I'm looking forward to beating Dan. You know, we've got a friendly rivalry going. We've been playing fantasy football together for a few years. And then Sal, I'm coming for you, Sal.
Now, you watched Mike win the championship year 1. You watched Dan win the championship year 2. Both years, your team looked very, very good. You think this year you can finally make that push for the championship?
Oh, I expect to. Like I said, the second year didn't take players I was extremely confident in. So I'm going to take players that I really think will do well. And that way, whether my team succeeds or not, I can't say I did anything more than my best. So if I do that, I think, I put myself in a good position to win it all.
Have you already planned out what you're going to do round 1?
Oh, absolutely. I'm between 2 guys round 1, but, I'm not going to tell you who those are, because if I do, Sal's going to, trade off and take for some team to get, so.
What are you looking forward to most on draft day?
I'm looking forward to the trash talk. Sal took Doug Martin from me last year. I know I'm mentioning him again. He's a dick, but yeah, he took Doug Martin last year. I was kind of upset about that. I'm going to make sure I get everyone I want this year, and I'm going to make everyone be moaning and groaning. They're going to be watching players that they want fall to my team. So,
if you were to predict your record before the season even starts, what would you say?
Oh, I'm going to say I'm going to go at least 10-3 to match my first year record. I'm going to be aiming for 13-0, but I know that's pretty tough, so I'm going to say at least 10-3.
Now, you've always scored a lot of points, and last year Dan set the record for most points scored in an average game with 100.3. Are you looking to put up those numbers this year?
I mean, I'm looking to get close to that, but Dan, that average was boasted quite a bit by one player, which is Doug Martin. I mean, his 50-whatever point week was quite the booster to that little stat. So, I mean, yeah, I'll look to try to get pretty close to that, though.
Sounds good. Any last thoughts, comments, questions?
Everyone in the league, I respect you. I love you all except Sal. You're a dick.
We're out. Hi, I'm here with Nick Calabrese, and it is year 3 of the league. This is your second year, though, Nick. How are you feeling about the upcoming season?
Well, I'm feeling good. I had a tough rookie year. Feeling a good year this year. I'm feeling monkeys off the back. The rookie year. It's gonna be a good one.
Everyone talks about the sophomore slump. Do you think that's gonna happen to you?
No, I think it's gonna be a sophomore uprising. I had the rookie slump. I started off 0-5, and kind of battled back a little bit, but the season did not go as well as planned. This year is gonna be better.
You couldn't make the draft last year. I know you were out there on the baseball field.
Yep.
Making the draft this year, did you plan on your draft strategy? Anything to be better?
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking Aaron Hernandez as my first pick, but I don't know. But no, I'm definitely gonna make the draft this year. We made the date, everything. I know you made that, and I'll be available. But yeah, I have a good draft strategy.
I don't know if you happen to look at the schedule or not, but our rivalry matchups are week 12 and 13. But you don't seem to have any real rivalries. I think we'll put you up against Brett Daigle for who knows. How do you feel about that?
Well, I actually haven't ever spoke to Brett Daigle in my life face to face. So yeah, that's probably gonna be a good one. Yeah.
Have you looked at any sleepers or first round picks or anything like that?
I'm thinking maybe the only sleeper that might happen is Russell Wilson. He might be the only one that I think someone might be in the first round.
I like it. Any questions from the panel? Yeah.
Sal's a dick.
There's a lot of talks about people saying you didn't have a good year, you're not active enough, saying, oh, Cal shouldn't be in this league. How does that make you feel? What do you have to say to those people?
They're probably right. I don't know. Just wasn't really feeling it after I went 0-5. You know, didn't think I had a good chance to make the playoffs. And I made a little run, almost won the division. But I played Steve that last game, and he handled me pretty good. So I think they're wrong. I'm gonna have a good year this year. You know, I just didn't make the draft last year. I thought that would kind of change things. That was a really good start to everything. And it's gonna be a good year this year. It's gonna be good. We're having a lot of fun.
Any last thoughts or questions? Anything?
No, not really. Looking forward to it.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Andy.
Sal's a
Appreciate
dick.
Hi, we're here with one of the newer members of the league, Finn Gordon. Finn, you had a disappointing season last year. Didn't make the playoffs. It was your first year in the league. High competition. What are your expectations for this year?
Champions. Shit.
So you think you're going to be in the championship this year?
Yes.
Do you think you're going to win it all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What are your feelings about Mike Gorski?
I like his birthday retweets with the little smirky sexual face. It's like,
Some people say you're not very active in the league and say you shouldn't be here. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna be the champion.
Have you thought about any intro music yet? To the first
Do
song?
My Dance by Tyga.
That's hot. Did you look at any draft strategies, sleepers, boss, anything like that?
Not yet. I'm going in and I'm gonna win the championship with no knowledge.
What are your thoughts about the divisions?
I'm in Brett's. Right?
Yes.
I'm in Brett's. And that's good.
Why do you say that?
I'm in Brett's. It's a good thing, you know?
What are your feelings about Steve Fellini?
Oh, I love Steve. He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Did you hear Steve got laid last night?
No.
What are you looking forward to most about draft day?
Where is it gonna be?
My house.
The Levin household. That's what I'm looking forward to most.
Are you looking forward to the sticker bitches?
Hannah and who? Who else?
One of my sister's hot friends.
Hannah and the sisters hot. Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you gonna get that ass?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna beat it up.
Pat Gustafson seems to have a crush on you, he told me. How do you feel about that?
It's not a shocker, you know. I always thought Pat had the hots for me. I always thought I saw him staring at me when I was playing shirtless at basketball. You know, it doesn't shock me. It's disturbing, but it does not shock me. And I would be open to something like along those lines if Pat were willing to beat it up.
Understandable. You had a pretty good team name last year. Have you been looking at any team names this year?
Yeah, my team name is gonna be. My team name is Ridley. Ridley? Good. Ridley.
Creative. Kind of like last year, your team name was K. Where did that come from?
Just Dolan.
Any last thoughts, questions, comments you have?
Brandon's pocket's sticking out right now, which I've kind of been looking at a lot this interview. But I'd have to say, I'm excited, because I'm going to dominate.
Any more questions out there?
Sal may or may not be a dick.
Do you agree with the panel that Sal may be a dick?
It's possible.
Have you been lifting recently?
Does it look like it?
Does your lifting have anything to do with the draft coming up? You think it hypes you up for the draft?
Well, you know, I am looking to, have my stock rise before the draft, possibly do first round materials. So, of course, I'm lifting. Of course, I've been lifting a lot.
You have the 3rd round pick, I believe. Do you like that position? 3rd overall pick.
So I'm not being drafted?
You have the 3rd overall pick this year in the draft. Do you like that position?
Is that why I'm being selected?
So you think you're going pro?
Well, yeah, isn't that what this is about?
No, this is fantasy football. Do you know what fantasy football is?
No.
It's what we play. You know, on the computer and stuff, and you go pick players.
Word.
Word?
Word.
Is that all you have to say? Nothing else? You good? Yeah. Hi, I'm here with Dan Fabiano, our defending champion. How does it feel to have won a championship?
Basically, every time Mike Rogowski sees a girl from Plainville, that's how it feels to win a championship.
Okay. You had the best record last year. What are your expectations for this year then?
My expectations for this year are for Brett Daigle's balls to drop, Pat Gustafson to have a reasonably sized beard. That's pretty much it. I mean, you may be wondering why I have this chess trophy. Kyle Bunko, 8th grade, YMCA, yeah. They call me the chess champion. That goes out to you, Mom.
What are your thoughts about Steve Fellini?
I heard he has a 24-kilometer dick, so that's probably why I beat him last year. Last year I beat him when Doug Martin took, I don't know what team it was, but he dropped like 51. Yeah, that's the week I beat Moff. So my expectations for him this year are to have Arian Foster, most likely Tony Romo, who may or may not be in fact a homo, and at least 24 girls by the end of the fall semester at Bentley. Maybe 25.
I like it. What are your thoughts about Brett Daigle?
Brett Daigle. Now, you know how I mentioned that Moff has a 24-kilometer dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Daigle, negative 24 kilometers, which goes on to my expectations on how I want his balls to drop. I'm going to take you on a little flashback. Year 1 of the league, I think it was the seventh pick of the draft. With the 7th pick in the 2011 NFL draft, Brett Daigle selects Jamal Charles. Those are mainly my feelings and expectations on Brett Daigle.
Last year you set a record for most average points in a week with you were averaging 100.3 points a week. That was a record, man. You're a record holder. How does it make you feel?
I'm gonna give that one to Sal Conti, and basically for not knowing that Brian Hartline was a 1-week player. I put my entire season to Sal Conti. Yeah, basically Sal Conti is my thoughts and feelings.
Sal's a dick.
Yeah. Also, Sal, I hope you see this. You think you're gonna win before we even draft? That's not even possible, fag. That's all.
Okay, and the prize money last year was $120 as well as bragging rights and your name on the trophy. This year the stakes are higher. It's $180. Are you gonna get that again this year?
Well, last year I spent the money on about a week's worth of dominoes and a new cell phone. So when I win this year, I'm gonna spend it on 2 weeks worth of dominoes and 2 new cell phones. Yes.
Okay. Have you been looking over any draft strategies, sleepers, bust?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been using a lot of mock drafts. I'm thinking Cliff Kingsbury is a good sleeper this year, and AP I think is a bust. I think he's just gonna do too good to the point where he's not good. In the words of Albert Einstein, E equals MC squared.
Yeah, this is just a casual angle change for all you guys watching out there, so continue.
Champions are allowed to make angle changes.
Okay, so there's people like owners like Mitch Zito, Nick Calabrese, Finn Gordon. They're really on the block if they're gonna continue on in the league or not. It's almost like their bubble year. I mean, you're the defending champion. You have a lot of say in this league. How do you feel about those owners?
Well, Mitch, it's probably good if you check your lineup. I mean, that's just check your lineup, Mitch. I don't even care. I just want to play you, and I don't want half your team on the IR. If I'm gonna win, I want a challenge. Cal, Will drafted you a good team. You just traded away all your good players. Don't blame it on Leftwich. He's a good kid. And Finn, just don't be a pussy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just don't be a pussy.
Any last thoughts, feelings, questions, comments?
Yeah. So, my PayPal account is, I think it's Fabiano 14. So you can just deposit the money there now. You guys all know where I live if you just want to bring me the money now. Also, if you notice, there's some dust on this trophy. It's because I'm gonna dust away the competition.
That wasn't
That's
a good
all.
joke.
Bitches.
Any more questions from the panel?
Yeah, Sal's a dick.
Yeah, can I just... Sal. 1, 2, and... yeah, you've been making a lot of, like, snide remarks on how you're gonna win the league. Yeah, no, Sal. You had a fire sale last year, Sal, after week 3.
He had a fire, Sal.
He had a fire Sal after week 3. Sal, I just have one question for you. Do you have a chess trophy? That's all.
And Sal doesn't know what it feels like to win a championship.
Yeah, let me get in on that. Hey, Sal. Hey, Sal. You can call me Glastonbury, because this is the second championship I'm going to be taking away from you.
Thank you for your time.
I'm just kidding, Sal. You're not that bad.
Let's go. I think it might be the in the cup that got me feeling special. Or it might be the in the dust that got me feeling special. I gotta give a lot of love for my people living above. It's on. And if you feeling brand new, turn it up and play this song. I'm feeling specialer than Eddie. Part of my lack of speech, wine glass and confetti.